this week's question is, what can we advise to new players getting into the sport? And this is one of those things where I feel like, wow, this is custom made for me, because my channel has grown over the past year exclusively for rec woodsball players that are beginners. So one of the first things I'll advise is just hop over to my channel when you're not watching Behind the Bunker, and there's a plethora of videos that I think even advanced players will get stuff out of. But if you want to get into like just a few things that we won't see on the channel right away, like what kind of gun? I get that question 1,000 times. You know, a woodsball gun is either going to be a really heavy-ended electronic marker or a pneumatic marker, and you can't get into the electronics without spending a shit ton of money unless somebody who's just getting out of the sport is willing to give away their gear. So you're stuck with going with something like, you know, an SW1 or a Carver or a Custom 98, and you might be thinking, you know, this is not the way I want to go, but that's the way you have to go if you're just getting started, if you want to get in cheap and you want to own something. Just accept that that's the fact. But what can you do as a beginner? Well, I say your best initial investment is going to be a mask, a double pane mask. Even if you're renting a gun, your vision is the most important thing. If you can't see what you're shooting, then you ain't shooting good at all. We all develop a relationship with our gun, so I don't care if you have a very expensive gun or a very cheap gun. Just get with the gun and stay with it, and you'll get better at the sport regardless. It doesn't matter. But again, I know everybody's going to want to get into the electronics, but if you get it, if the initial investment into that is going to take you at least a $500 by the time you're done with the marker, the compressed air tank, the loader, because you'll need an electronic loader. Just live with the fact that you're going to go with a pneumatic out of the gate for a while and get into the sport and enjoy what you're shooting, and then you'll know exactly what you want to get later. Last but not least, clothing. When you're wearing clothing, everybody's coming out for the first time with a hoodie, and nothing says noob more than a hoodie. Give up the hoodie. You're playing in woodsball. You're playing from such a great distance. By the time the paintball gets to you, you're not going to get tattooed. It might sting a little bit, but big deal. Wear something comfortable. Now, I would also suggest getting away from the boots. All right, I don't wear boots, but despite the fact that I don't wear boots and it's much safer in terms of halting the ankle twists and things like that, it can still happen. This foot here got caught under a log as I was running full bore, and I snapped my bones. So, you know, the comfort level of what you wear is almost as important as anything. I go out with no shirt, you've seen that, things of that nature. It's not about wearing all the gear in the world, it's about the things that you need. Gloves are a good idea, knee pads, the right kind of shoes. Outside of that, I don't care if you wear padding or not. I don't think that's anything that makes the player. Remember, it's the shooter, it's not the gun. Things like this are the things that you need to understand as a new player. Please go to my website, DangerMansLair.com, where I've written extensive articles for the brand new player. If you really are new to the sport and you want to learn about it, then go there and read. Well, that's it. Kept it in a nutshell. See you out in the field.
It's too much for any man.